Alfredsson as they pay tribute to Daniel Alfredsson. 17 years a Senator, the last 13 as captain. Years of blood, sweat, and not any tears today for Daniel, but certainly an emotional moment. He will start the game. Mike Babcock said yesterday, he asked him if that would be okay. Sure it would be. And his line's been great lately with Darren Helm and Justin Abdelkader as Daniel Alfredsson will start on the familiar right side and a familiar number 11. Now in the uniform of the Detroit Red Wings. He did not play in the second meeting against Ottawa, played in the first, which was maybe the Red Wings' worst game of the season. The second loss, not much better. You know everybody's determined to make this game the best yet. For Daniel, there's his best friend, Erik Karlsson. Daniel's youngest boy, his middle name is Erik, after that man right there. Daniel Alfredsson coming off perhaps his best game. 2 goals and assists Friday on the island. Best game as a Red Wing. Now 100% after that groin injury in the crowd. Now another ovation. They're not done yet. Steve Kozari and Dan O'Rourke are the referees. And we're underway at the Canadian Tire Center. Glad you're with us on Fox Sports Detroit Plus as Abdelkader goes in to get it. Gets bumped in the corner. Here's Helm with it back to Alfredsson and a save made by Robin Lehner. Knocked down at center by Lashoff. Drop one back into his own zone and retreating goes Kendall. Down ice as Lehner will come out to stop it. Went to move it along past Joe Corvo. Knocked down there by Zetterberg partially. Zach Smith carried on. Zetterberg took it away to the far corner. Goes Gustav Nyquist. Played out to center by Jared Cowan. Lead pass. Zetterberg across the line. Nyquist in deep with goals in consecutive games. And 4 on the season got knocked down with Ryan, who moved one along. Jonathan Eriksson moves in. Johan Franzen back of the goal. Robbie Ryan for Ottawa, played around the other way. And the Senators, good skating defenseman, the leading defense scorer in the National Hockey League. Erik Karlsson dumped it in. Played, looked like outside the trapezoid by Jonas Gustafsson. Maybe got away with one there early.
Yeah, for certain, the Ottawa Senators doing more of what they did in Detroit. Hitting Henrik Zetterberg.
They want to be physical.
Yes, for certain. Ex-Red Wing coach Paul McLean for sure has let his players know to be tough on Henrik Zetterberg.
Long stretch pass tipped in by Jason Spezza, who took over as captain from Daniel Alfredsson. You know, he'll be feeling some pressure in this game. here tonight. As Helm brings it out. Alfredsson back out there with him again along with Abdelkader. Mika Zibanejad played one back. Stepping up was Quincy. Shot by Helm. Held by Leonard. And a face-off coming up as we can bring you our starting goaltenders from your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. And the goaltenders you'll see in the game here tonight. Jonas Gustafsson has not lost in regulation in 7 starts, 6-0-1, came on in relief in another, and that was against Ottawa, with the Wings already down 3-0, and Robin Lehner, who bought the home from Daniel Alfredsson. When he left to go to Detroit, Lehner is now the owner of that, although when Daniel Alfredsson came back here, he did not stay in his old home. He rented or took a suite in a hotel for his family and the 4 boys and his wife. And apparently Robin Lehner had too many dogs to contend with in the house that Daniel wanted no part of. Don't blame him. Joe Corvo carries to center, the former Western Michigan Bronco, and the play goes offside. Here's a look at Joe Corvo. 80 points he had in his time with Western Michigan from 95 to 98. The good veteran defenseman.
He's a good puck mover for Ottawa. He's a good veteran presence back there for the Senators and plays well. And it's kind of a feeling out process here from this game in the first 3 minutes. Not a lot happening. A lot of emotion in the rink. Daniel Alfredsson probably excited that when the puck got dropped to start playing this game. That's the easiest part for him.
Fans, Daniel Alfredsson so beloved here. When the clock hits 11:11, the fans would stand and cheer most nights. We'll see if they do that tonight as the clock winds down. Played ahead by the Red Wings, knocked down by Wierkosh. Carrying on comes Joachim Anderson to center. Strong in the back check was Corey Conacher, who came over from Steve Yzerman's Lightning and the Ben Bishop deal. That'll roll down, and Gustafsson will leave it there for Brendan Smith. Smith, who's been strong in his return since the injury. Ahead for Anderson, overskated at center, allows Ottawa to come back in for Zach Smith. And Gustafsson, no rebound there. He'll hang on. And a face-off coming up to his right. As we mentioned in our Red Wings Live pregame show, normally the Ottawa Sun on any given game day, 4 pages of hockey coverage. Today was 8 on Elfie's return.
Well, you know, when one of the greatest players of all time, Wayne Gretzky, is commenting on it. It's an important time here in Ottawa, the return of Alfredsson, but just in a short time I've got a chance to meet him here. One of the classiest NHL players that I've ever met.
And as he said yesterday to the media throng, he's not ruling out playing another year. He said if his health is good and he fits in with the team, why not play in Detroit another year? And as of now, I know the Red Wings would love to have him, but that all remains to be seen. Cowan dropped it off, stolen there by Franzen. Out to Nyquist, and a save made by Robin Lehner, who was in goal for the victory over Detroit the last meeting. And he's been the stronger of the 2 netminders for the Senators, with Craig Anderson not playing nearly as well as he did a season ago.
And he's looked sharp so far this evening.
Franzen circles the goal. Coming out front with it. Couldn't get a shot away, but played one back to the line to Kronwall. Franzen's got it. Into the high slot. Back at the line went Nyquist to Franzen to the middle. Kronwall's shot went off the stick. Zetterberg first on it. Trying to escape the check from Carlson. Gets hit in the corner by Bobby Ryan. Now Nyquist goes in to get it. Good pressure here for Detroit. Nyquist throws one in deep. Zetterberg knocked it out of the air. Careful not to hold him as Kyle Turris, the opposing centerman. Zetterberg with that great lower body strength circles the goal now. Out front, jammed one. And a save by Lehner. And finally Ottawa off Lehner's pads. Ryan gets one back to the Red Wing line.
Great shift again by the Red Wings. If anything that improved most on us are in-zone time in the offensive zone here over the course of the last 3 or 4 games.
Now a nice little slip pass into Alfredsson, who gets taken to the boards by Colin Greening. To the near side, Abdelkader. Good angle to try to get to that puck. Zach Smith, though, able to move one past Quincy. Ahead for Chris Neal. And Alfredsson on the back check, able to take one away for Brendan Smith, who had a fight with Chris Neal in the last meeting. Even with a sore shoulder, did okay. Neal, the all-time Sens penalty minute leader, number 25. Puck was past him as Brendan Smith got it. Off Helm's stick, didn't get out. Loose in the middle, back to pick it up as Neal to the line to Corvo. Joe Corvo with a good move off to the right wing side. A shot to the goal. Gustafson's on rebound in front of the goal. Neal in back, centering one. Oh, interference there as Helm was shoved into the goal. And Gustafson says enough of this and finally can grab a hold of the puck.
Up a mad scramble, Ottawa just throwing a lot of pucks into Gustafson, hoping for a rebound. Just tossing a puck in here through a crowd, off the chest of Gustafson, who does a good job of staying aggressive with that, moving the outside. And a great job to put a stick along the ice and not allow that puck up front of the net, which have been very dangerous. Gustafson, who's played very, very well this year, his battle level has been very high. And he looks confident. He's kind of come out of the shell. He's talking a lot more. He seems to be enjoying himself and is really fitting in well with the Red Wings this season.
And he's been a part of the last 3 games where the Red Wings have only allowed 2 goals since giving up 4 to Ottawa. Jimmy Howard a shutout on the island. Meantime, Ottawa has lost their last game. It was a home game here to Vancouver on Thursday after winning in Washington the night previous. Ottawa's lost 6 of their past 9 games. And 3 consecutive games at home, allowing 4 in each. So, they'll want to tighten up defensively. Puck into the corner for Drew Miller. Miller got taken to the boards by Borowiecki. Puck to the middle, good outlet here by Ottawa. Mika Zibanejad beaten to the puck by Conwall, who played it to Joakim Anderson. Zibanejad strong in the back check, took it away from him. And then Milan McCulloch couldn't get position. Eriksson skated out of trouble. Miller at center will backhand it in, a sign for the Red Wings to make a change. With 6 minutes gone here in the opening period, Jared Cowan, who concussed Pavel Datsyuk and was not suspended for it, but Cowan's been a healthy scratch for a couple of games since. Saved by Gustafson, rebound, he got a piece of it before Derek Grant could rush and get it. Good move by Corvo at the line. Corvo still with it, back to the middle, taken away by Samuelson. He got some help from Lashoff. Here comes Cleary, and Dan Cleary will dump it in. Chris Phillips back to get it. For Corey Conacher. Played ahead for Condra. Eric Condra will just flip one, a bouncer into Red Wing territory. Kendall's got it. And we've got a penalty for interference coming to Detroit. So Ottawa will be on the power play when we come back, and Daniel Alfredsson's return to Canada. Now that was Brendan Shanahan's explanation. I'm buying a part of it, but not all of it, however. Hopefully Pavel Datsyuk will be back sooner rather than later. Nice face-off win there by Detroit. The Red Wings are short-handed. Samuelson in the box for interference. Red Wing penalty killing, 3rd best in the league. They've killed off 36 of their last 40 times short-handed. The past 10 games, good save there. Gustafson, and the rebound cleared by Jonathan Eriksson.
Red Wings are going to have to keep an eye on Bobby Ryan. He's been hot of late. Scored a couple goals against the Red Wings in the games in Detroit. He's a sniper. They got to make sure they're aware of where he is at all times in this power play.
In the previous 2 meetings, 3 for 11 is the Ottawa power play against Detroit. Ryan's got 5 power play goals on the season. Puck in behind the net for Kyle Turris. Getting one back here for Carlson. He's got 12 power play points with it now. Finds Turris. Shooting and into the glove that may have just been going wide, but Gustafson able to grab that.
Gustafson has been sharp early here in the first 7-8 minutes of this hockey game. He's controlling rebounds, and they're throwing a lot of pucks in their speed. He's doing a good job of catching pucks and steering those pucks to the corner, not allowing the Ottawa Senators second chances on net. Been very good this year, like we said before. Using athleticism and out of the blue and being big. Good job by Gustafson on that.
Jason Spezza and Joakim Anderson. Ottawa had 3 power play goals in their latest victory in Washington, so their power play has really been clicking lately. 10th in the National Hockey League.
Another good win in the draw for the Red Wings. That's 2 consecutive defensive zone faceoff wins by the Red Wings, allowing them to get the puck out early on this penalty kill.
Spezza checked there by Quincy and Lashoff to the middle, but Drew Miller was there.
A hope play by Spezza, just hoping to get it obviously into the slot to somebody, an ill-advised pass, allowing the Red Wings to get the puck down once again on this penalty kill.
Kurt Corvo, the veteran defenseman, finds Phillips on the wing. Came in there for Spezza. Able to knock one back to the line to Corvo. Jason Spezza tipped it deep. To the other side goes Phillips. McCulloch's got it. Over Zibanejad's stick. Back the other way now for Jason Spezza. Down low it goes. A jam play by Zibanejad was stopped by Gustafsson. To the middle. Loose puck. The speedster Helm. We got one shorthanded on the island. Helm ran into Phillips. So Ottawa 0 for 1 in the power play, and a chance for Zetterberg. It's blocked. Kindle, good play to take a stab at the line, then has to recover. That's a hot pass to handle.
Wow. Almost caught that in the chin there. Neil firing a pass across.
Zetterberg in the intercept off Smith. And an Elfie chant here at the Canadian Tire Center, newly named this season. Tough to keep track. Zetterberg's got it. Third sellout crowd of the year here for Ottawa. Franzen had a shot block. Came back for Brendan Smith. Zetterberg on the near side. 9 points the past 7 for the Red Wing captain. 30 points in the season. Among the scoring leaders in the National Hockey League. Ottawa will recover as Jared Cowan is back to get it. The man for whom we heard Brendan Shanahan speak moments ago on the non-suspension. Delayed penalty here to Detroit. Leonard goes to the bench. So second penalty of the game and the second of the Red Wings. And Samuelsson having some words over at the Ottawa bench. Too many men on the ice for Detroit, I believe, will be the call.
Bench minor, too many ice for Detroit.
Mike Babcock is not quite sure what happened there. We're trying to figure out the same here.
Count them up, Chris.
Oh, that's a one too many, obviously. Two other guys trying to get off as quick as they can. Too late, though. Just a miscommunication on the bench, creating a power play opportunity for the Ottawa Senators. Those are always frustrating because they're so unnecessary. It's just communicating between the coaches and the players on the bench, making sure they know who's up next, and if they do happen to change who's going next, the players got to let each other know on the bench who's going and who's not. That's probably the number one reason why that just happened there, sending Ottawa on the power play once again.
So the Senators, Carlson has it at the right point. Threw it off to an open wing. Turris has it. Ryan in front. And it went over Carlson's stick. And back to center. Play made by Patrick Wiertkosh to Carlson. Erik Karlsson in across the line. Former Norris Trophy winner. Went off the skate of Zetterberg. Came back to the line for Ryan. Couldn't keep it in. Here's a break for Miller. Catching up with him is Anderson. Drew Miller right in on goal. And a save made by Leonard.
Good opportunity by Miller. Equal to the task was Leonard, who stayed patient, stayed square to Miller the entire time.
Quincy had to go off Ryan's stick. Good patience there by Drew Miller again, and he'll send one in off the linesman into Ottawa territory, and the Red Wings will complete their change here shorthanded with just over a minute to go and the too many men on the ice penalty. So Samuelsson getting some time serving that one again, and having just served his own.
Ryan couldn't keep it in at the blue line. Miller coming in on Leonard. He stayed nice and square and out far out of his net. Not giving. He's a huge goalie as it is, 6'5", but when he's playing like that, he's awfully tough to beat. And he's been playing very well for the Ottawa Senators of late.
Chris Phillips will shoot it in. Flash off. Played it. Spets on the intercept to Zibanejad in front. Abdelkader was there to knock it away. Chris Phillips has it. Gets it back again. Shot into a crowd. Played ahead. Abdelkader. Look out here. Helm's got a breakaway from center ice in. Alone. And a save made by Leonard. Helm nearly did it again. But the Ottawa goaltender up to that. Turning is Spezza. Intercepted by Detroit at center. Penalty killing's been strong here in the early going.
Almost four minutes of power play time for Ottawa. The Red Wings have outchanced them and have actually gained some energy from this, and we'll see what they can do the last 8 minutes of the game. They get some momentum from these two very good penalty kills.
Last 7 wins by Detroit, their penalty killing has been perfect in each one. Kronwall back. To the line. Shot to the goal just as the penalty expires. So Ottawa 0 for 2 on the power play. We're back in a moment.
Darren Helm, who's been so good since being back, has been hot. And it's not November anymore, it is December, but he's still sporting that mustache. Hoping it brings him the same luck he's had of late. And here the breakaway chance by Speedy Helm, and Leonard's equal to the task. Puck's rolling, but he settled down in time for a nice shot, but Leonard stays out again. Followed that puck right into his body and made another nice save to keep the score deadlocked at zeros.
Well, you challenged him to keep the mustache. Even though the calendar flipped from November to December, he wasn't going to shave it. He couldn't stand the wrath of Chris.
No, he's got to keep it on. He still had 2 to 3 shots in this game already. He's playing well. He's skating very good.
So then we'll have a story, you know, when he goes into that slump, which all players do just a little bit, then it'll be a slump buster. He'll shave it and come back. He'll throw it again.
Well, he's played so well. He's added another dimension to the Red Wings they didn't have previously when he wasn't in the lineup.
7 goals the past 6 games for him.
He's definitely found that scoring touch.
And right in, a save by Leonard. And a hold on to that. So 6 goals the past 7 and 8 points in that time for Darren Helm.
And in New York, his last game, great patience here. His beautiful toe drag around, then the patience to go around the goaltender as well and tuck it in the open end. Here's this determination to get to that puck before the Islander defenseman or goaltender. Flicking in, and his stick almost heads in the net too, and that's where everything went flying but the mustache on that one. And he's been playing so well for the Red Wings.
Bobby Ryan was checked on the way back by Gustav Nyquist, so Erik Karlsson to retrieve it. 7 goals and 26 points for Karlsson, who's already played 8 games this year at more than 30 minutes. A lot of ice time. Turris. Back of the goal, read perfectly there by Kronwall and the patience of the veteran defenseman. And just like that, a good outlet by Detroit. Zetterberg stayed with it, and just offside at the Ottawa line. And just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, we look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
You can see coming through the neutral zone, Henrik Zetterberg doesn't have a lot of room, just like in Detroit. Ottawa is jumping on him early in that neutral zone. He's got to draw those guys in and kick the puck out to the outside for his wingers, but they're making things tough on him again here early in Ottawa.
Phillips will shovel one around in behind. Alfredsson played one back for Helm. Kendall will shoot it in. Alfredsson, the greatest player in the Sens' 21-year history, goes in after it. Abdelkader's got it. Turning away from Smith. Abdelkader back of the goal. Now the other way with Alfredsson in there on his former teammate Phillips. Neal for Corvo. Into the left wing offensive corner. Kendall back first. Escaped a hit from Colin Greening, who went heavily into the boards. Greening broke out of a horrific slump, scored his first goal in 33 games in Washington in the Senators' victory. And the face-off will come back down into the Red Wings zone.
And Alfredsson, 17 years in Ottawa, the greatest player in franchise history. Obviously, on the right there, ranks first in every category: games, goals, assists, and power play goals. This is the face of the franchise, or was, and probably still is, although he's not here. And a player that's respected by not only his teammates, but the fans here as well in Ottawa.
Pretty good for a 6th-round draft pick back in 1994. Jason Spezza. Spezza with a pretty good start this year after back surgery last season. That play is offside. And Spezza with 10 goals and 22 points, and had a couple against Detroit in their first win, 6-1.
And under tough circumstances, trying to replace a legend. Alfredsson was the captain before, Spezza is now. And that's a tough thing to ask of him here in Ottawa, where there's enough pressure on him already as there is. And now I don't think it's actually possible to replace Alfredsson, but he's had a pretty good start.
Zibanejad is in with the shot wide of the goal. Spezza's got it. He took a shot that hit a leg, and Tatar will clear it out to center ice. In the absence of Alfredson and Gonchar, and Ottawa did so well last year despite so many players, including Spezza, and their goaltender Anderson and Carlson being injured. And they were so gritty. And this year it's been so up and down as Spezza carries in. Backhander save, Gustafsson, rebound for Weiss. Knocked off his stick by McCulloch. To an open wing in the Red Wings. Thomas Tatar with a good fake at center. Tatar with another good move, got knocked down to the ice. Stephen Weiss back of the goal. Weiss picked it up, shoveled one to Tatar, back for Weiss, skate the stick. Got squeezed to the board, stayed with it though. Cowan checking him, Tatar protect the puck. Zibanejad had to go off a skate as Cowan got one ahead for Conacher. Got bumped at center ice by Kronwall.
Conacher looked up and he saw number 55 heading his way. Just enough to chip it past him, but avoided the hit.
Samuelsson will dump it in, under 5 to go here in the opening period. Intercept by Franzen, and Leonard just got back in goal to stop his countryman. Still zeros on the board here. You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit Plus, presented by Bell Tires. Ice Time is brought to you by Motor City Casino Hotel and the Red Wings on the road, and now they rank in the NHL this season in 3.17 goals per game, third best in the league. And when you're the visitor and you have to put your stick down first, it's not an advantage, and yet the Red Wings are fourth in the face-off department and fifth in penalty kill.
8-3-1 on the road this year, and they played in some tough buildings. And they played on the road, it seems, a better defensive style, more structured. They're not trying as many of those, not hope plays, but dangerous plays in the more in-control game.
Both these teams have been better on the road. Red Wings, as you say, 8-3-1. Ottawa better at 6-5-2 on the road than at home, where there are 3 games under 500 in this building. We've got more road than home wins and already more regulation home losses than the 6 they had in the 24 home games last year in the shortened season. They've got 7 already in regulation here at home.
Yeah, we talked in New York, the Islanders being maybe one of the disappointments this season. The Ottawa Senators are not far behind that. A team that was expected to do a lot more than they have so far.
Here comes Carlson for Turris, who's been outstanding. Save made, Gustafsson out to challenge on that. Gustav Nyquist trying to get free. Turris was acquired for David Rundblad in a good deal from Phoenix.
He's been very good since coming over from the Phoenix Coyotes for the Ottawa Senators.
Anderson moved up, knocked away by Phillips for Milan McCulloch. The Senators want more from, but it's been tough for him. 4 reconstructive knee surgeries for number 9. He's out there along with Spezza now. It just seems to be a step behind some nights. Still can be a great goal scorer, and from his days in San Jose. Played ahead for Miller. Just escaped a hard hit. Morawiecki got a piece of him. Zibanejad checked by Tatar, and then McCulloch will fire it in. 3:20 to go.
Both teams making it hard on their opposition to get that puck into the offensive zone, standing up on that blue line, not giving up a lot of room in the neutral zone right now.
Off to an open wing as Joe Corvo's got it. 85-foot pass went across for Smith. Out there with Neal and Greening. Puck into the corner is Kindle's first back. Good play to stay with it. Abdelkader to center. Out along with Alfredson and Helm. Deep into Ottawa territory. Robin Leonard left it in back of the goal for Phillips. Ottawa defense really joining the rush as Corvo's shot got blocked. Lashoff off the stick. Smith couldn't carry. Helm left it there for Lashoff.
So the Red Wings have been a lot better of late of puck decisions when they have the puck on their stick, making a smart play with it.
Brendan Smith back here for Quincy, and a return pass for Smith. Keeps on going as Weiss and Cleary will now head in after it. Puck into the corner for Carlson. Bumped there by Samuelson. Smith knocked it down to hold it in. Samuelson's got it now. Played one back, and a good play, and Weiss off his skate. Weiss in behind. Samuelson couldn't get to it. Danny Cleary will. For Weiss through his skates. And the Senators again, and it's Carlson leading the attack. In goes Conacher. Conacher in back of the goal for Derek Grant. Didn't pick it up as Samuelson. Through the skates of Zetterberg. Taking over is Patrick Wierkosh. His pass tipped in by Grant. Grant's had a couple of good games along with Eric Condor against Detroit. In both the 6-1 and 4-2 victories at Joe Louis Arena. Two teams will meet one more time back here February 27th, just after the Olympics. The Red Wings will be at Montreal the night before. It'll be Ottawa's first game after the 16 or 17-day break, so the Red Wings, even though playing the night before, may have an advantage.
For sure, that would be an advantage. You could get your legs back underneath you with the one game, and Ottawa, for some reason, the Red Wings bring out the best in them.
The net came off the moorings as the play was made to the front of the goal as Borowiecki went in, and a stop in play. Well, you can turn your Black Friday red and white. Get tickets to all Wings home games with no transaction fees through Monday at midnight. Call 313-471-7575 or go to DetroitRedWings.com. Some restrictions apply while supplies last. No transaction fees through tomorrow at midnight.
It seems as if the Ottawa Senators, part of their game plan, not only being physical in the Red Wings, but their defensemen are jumping in a lot tonight, and that Red Wings got to make sure they're aware of that.
Shots are even at 10 apiece. The score is even. Out of the reach of Abdelkader, and as a result, it will be icing, and the faceoff coming back into the Detroit zone. Here is a look at Erik Karlsson. Only Ryan Suter logs more minutes than the former 15th overall draft pick in 08.
No, he skates like a ex-Detroit Red Wing Hall of Famer Paul Coffey. Looks like he's kind of actually levitating above the ice. He's not a lot of effort needed for him to really pick his speed up, and great player for Ottawa.
And took the shot there that was knocked down in front as Alfredsson carried in. And the play goes offside. And there is just a smattering of boos, although the divorce, Alfredsson from Ottawa, it was definitely a two-way street from ownership to GM Brian Murray, and couldn't get on the same page. Alfredsson thought maybe they should have looked after him better for a previous contract and didn't, and then just things went awry.
Well, for me, Ken, when you have a player like Alfredsson, and he's the face of your franchise for that long, he should be taken care of. He's one of those guys that's been so good here, was so good here for so long. I think you've got to do whatever you can to keep him, and the Red Wings are very fortunate to have the opportunity to have him on their team and helping the Red Wings' fortunes this season.
Well, that man, Brian Murray, you just saw, wasn't happy when all that happened. The former Red Wing head coach from 90 to 93. Paul McLean hasn't been happy with his team lately either. He said, I'm not worried about Daniel Alfredsson. I'm worried about our whole team, and that's the way things haven't gone right for Ottawa lately. With a dozen seconds to go in the opening period. The Red Wings with it in control. Puck to the corner here for Quincy. Took a bump. Ryan made the play. In deep it goes for Turris over his stick. Franzen got position as the first period will come to a close. Shots are even and nobody scored. And Nick Cronwall leaving the ice will get set to join our Trevor Thompson as part of our Ram intermission report, and more on Daniel Alfredsson's return to Canada's capital in the first period highlights as well. So after one period of play with the shots 10 apiece, Daniel Alfredsson got a really nice welcome and a good video tribute here. His first time back in the place he played for 17 seasons. If a Detroit player should get a hat trick in this game, bring in a copy of the scoring summary to a participating Arby's location tomorrow for your free small order of curly fries, and you can find that summary in your newspaper or on the Red Wings page at foxsportsdetroit.com. Well, Paul McLean, that is not trick photography. He's got a double. A resident of the area who comes to a lot of games and has that seat right behind Paul McLean. If Paul just shifted a bit one way or the other, you'd be able to see how closely they resemble one another. Maybe we'll get you a better shot as this game moves along. Zetterberg on the draw with Turris, and the second period is underway. Brought in by Carlson. Right in on goal, and just wide of the net. What a rush by the Ottawa defenseman. Zetterberg lifting one in wide of Leonard. Jared Cowan sent one around up the right wing side, and Bobby Ryan out to center ice. Ryan acquired just after Daniel Alfredsson departed for Detroit, although Brian Murray did try to get Bobby Ryan at the deadline last season. That didn't work. But they certainly had to replace Alfredsson's offense, and Ryan's been terrific. In back of the Detroit goal, into the slot, the chance for MacArthur, who scored his 100th career goal last game. Point shot, Corvo, just wide of the net. Rebound for Abdelkader. Safely takes it and brings it ahead to center ice. A good move to gain the Ottawa line, and a save made by Leonard. Rebound to Smith, ahead for MacArthur, former Toronto Maple Leaf, for Chris Neil, and a long shot in that Gustafsson will hold on to.
Gustafsson, who's been so good here of late, actually all season, has been strong, but numerous good saves in the first period to keep this game at zeros. Looks confident, he's playing big. Notice he's talking a little more around the guys, he's getting comfortable and comes with confidence, and he has been playing very, very well.
Back to the line for Phillips. Knocked in by Colin Greening, one of the two Newfoundlanders in the game here tonight, along with Daniel Cleary. Abdelkader across center. Now he'll go in after it. Smith on the back check for Ottawa. Escaped a hit from Abdelkader. Got one for Neal, who will just clear one down, and this will be icing. And the face-off will come back into Ottawa territory. The Senators lost at home Thursday 5-2 to Vancouver, who scored 4 goals in 10 minutes. And after the game, Paul McLean said, "We got what we earned. We're not playing hard enough, nor getting the team play." And 2 years in the playoffs, now Ottawa with the high expectations. Point shot, Leonard the save, rebound there in behind for Stephen Weiss. Back for Kindle. Shot just wide, Samuelson. Up along with Cleary. Cleary digs it out of skates. Came back to the line. And Chris Phillips, first overall pick in '96, gets one into the Detroit zone. Pass for Samuelson. He'll shoot it in. Samuelson able to knock it down again. Brought on by Spezza, moved it in for Zibanejad. Save made, Gustafsson, rebound, Spezza couldn't bury it. Weiss for Brendan Smith. Smith played it off the glass to center. Bounced down, and McCulloch ahead for Jason Spezza, who turns with it at center. Spezza with it again, fake the shoot in, now will carry in with a good pass into McCulloch, played away though by Quincy. Smith up the middle. Tipped ahead by Anderson for Cleary.
Good play by Quincy under pressure just to get that puck out of Hunt's way into the corner. Didn't have anywhere to go with it. Didn't force anything.
Zibanejad's pass attempt hit a skate, allowing Anderson to move it back to the line to Lashoff. That went off a stick. A broken stick for Zibanejad, who will head to the Ottawa bench, played by Patrick Wierkosh to Spezza. Wierkosh has it again. Back for Conacher. Miller check him. Kindle ahead for Anderson, who was the most dominant face-off man in the opening period. Thomas Tatar goes in. Couldn't get a piece of Carlson. Here he comes again. But his 5th rush of this game, end-to-end. Carlson in and a shot, and into the glove. And held by Gustafsson. Our Red Wing Player Fact brought to you by Motor City Casino Hotel. And the 23rd birthday is the fact we present. Happy birthday to Thomas Tatar, turning 23 today. And maybe the best of all birthdays went to that man, Paul McLean. Not the guy, his lookalike behind him. But Paul McLean on his 30th birthday scored 4 goals. That's a birthday present. Can't do much better than that. Phil Esposito, who had 5 50-goal seasons and 3 times scored his 50th on his birthday, including one against brother Tony. That's a pretty good birthday gift, too.
You surprise me every day, Ken. You did once again. I did not know any of those stats.
Thank you. That's a good one. You'll use that. That's like a party trivia. MacArthur turns back to the line, and again Gustafson bobbled it, but he'll hold on.
Well, if Tatar can get even close to any of those stats, those guys on their birthdays, he'll be very happy tonight. Gustafson crawling a high shot, not allowing a rebound out. He's been very good at that so far. Bobbles it a bit, puck gets down, but he's quick with a trapper to cover that puck out, not allowing the Ottawa Senator to start banging away at that, maybe putting it through him for the opening goal of this game.
Zach Smith will come out of the face-off circle as Helm can stay in. So Colin Greening will take this draw. They say Colin Greening is maybe the strongest Ottawa Senator in fitness. So back in the day, only Zdeno Chara could lift more than Colin Greening. Neal. Gustafson cut it off as Smith was coming to pick it up. Made a good play for Helm. And again, the Red Wings to center. Abdelkader taken to the boards by Greening. Kronwall for Jonathan Ericsson. On the heels of that new long-term contract with Detroit, in goes Helm to pick it up. Look for someone open, had no one. Now Helm will try the other way. Carries along the boards, tried to play it back to the line to Kindle, didn't work, and Chris Neal will just get one back into Detroit territory, and it'll be icing. So Ottawa unable to change, and the faceoff comes back their way. And a reminder to vote in the Fox Sports Detroit Red Wings Player of the Game, presented by McDonald's new premium in Southwest McGrath. To vote, just text WINGS followed by a space in the player's uniform number to 37338, or vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com and see final results post-game during Red Wings Live.
Helm had a couple opportunities that he passed up on to shoot that puck in Leonard's feet, which for a 6'5" goalie can be difficult when guys constantly do that. He had 2 chances that I thought he should have put in there, giving himself an opportunity, maybe a rebound opportunity off his feet, but it's tough for a big goalie to find those pucks when they're on his feet like that.
Corvo lifting one to center. And the puck deflects up and out of play. Here's the all-time penalty minute leader with Ottawa, Chris Neal. We saw that fight, the last minute meeting he had with Brendan Smith. When Brendan got into that, did you wonder why, like the rest of us, a tough customer?
Well, they were going at it quite a bit prior to that fight, and all night long Neal was taking liberties on some of the Red Wing players, and Brendan Smith, who's not afraid to fight, is actually, I thought, held his own in that fight against a guy that's well known to be a very, very good fighter. And Brendan Smith, full credit and marks go to him.
Nick Kronwall into the Ottawa zone will backhand one around for Zetterberg. Quickly out front, loose puck for Gustav Nyquist. Nyquist turned in back of the goal, and Leonard will hold on.
And here's Brendan Smith. O'Neill fighting back with Joe Lewis. Smith, a tough customer, has been in plenty of these, and a heck of a lot more than Brendan Smith, who did hold his own, took some punches, but he kept on ticking. Didn't back down for 1 minute. Brendan Smith is a very, very competitive young man. Did a good job in this fight against one of the guys well known around the league. Very, very tough.
He had that shoulder injury was, I guess, the main concern for him. Kronwall had to go off a body. Eriksson for Samuelsson, ahead for Cleary. Leonard being forced by Weiss made the play for Mika Zibanejad. Zibanejad, number 93. Paul McLean said he appears to be on an upcycle, so we want to keep him going on the top line. because it's come now in Ottawa. Not so certain the top line is a Spezza line. It's really been Turris with Ryan and MacArthur. In comes Zibanejad, and Smith's going to take a penalty. So the Red Wings are going to be shorthanded for the third time in this game.
Zibanejad battling for that puck and getting body position on Smith. Would have been in alone. Smith grabbing him with that offhand. And every time you do that, it's an easy call for the referees in this NHL nowadays. Anytime you drape your arm across somebody, stick in hand or not, that's an easy call. And Ottawa going on their third power play tonight. Red Wings have been so good on the penalty kill so far tonight. Probably outchancing Ottawa. Getting a couple of short-handed great opportunities. Letter making some great saves, and we'll see if they can do much of the same here again.
And the Red Wings do have the largest differential between power play and penalty killing time. They've been shorthanded 36 minutes and 35 seconds more than they've had on the power play. Ottawa third in that department, not far behind Detroit. So while both these teams, as the play goes, face-off will come back outside the Red Wing line. While both these teams have had success on their respective power plays, they'd like more time than they're getting.
Both those are actually quite surprising to me, especially obviously the Red Wings. Years and years of not really being penalized that much and being a puck possession team. What that tells you is they haven't had the puck enough this year, and they've been defending far, far too much in their own zone, which the last 4 games they've been much, much better at.
Ottawa's problem, or so they say, is they're taking too many minor penalties. No team's taken more than Ottawa, and yet they haven't taken one here tonight. All 3 power plays have gone the Senators' way. That went off a skate. Miller trying to get it. Loose puck for Kronwall, and off the stick of Carlson. There's the crowd here in Ottawa, 19,000 plus, a sellout, urging their Senators to try to get the first one in this game. But it's the Red Wings' Helm trying to break away. He couldn't. And again, Detroit will take overs. Comley back. Kronwall into the Ottawa zone as Helm moved up. The Senators come through center. Kyle Turris gains the line and in deep. Rattled in behind the goal. Weirkosh up there along with him. Moving in was Clark MacArthur. Turris grabbed the puck. Helm was on him so quickly. Here's Weirkosh. Passed over. Carlson with a fake. Looks into the slot. The shot. And Gustafson, a good save on Bobby Ryan, who had 3 goals and 4 points in the first 2 games with Detroit.
Big save by Gustin. One of their few scoring chances they've had in over 5.5 minutes of power play time in this game. He's out and big once again, following the puck with his eyes, tracking the puck, making sure he's in position before the shot is made. He had his feet set and was ready for that shot. Good read by Gustafson.
Joachim Anderson, who's been terrific on faceoffs, won another one there.
That's one of the keys to their penalty kill so far, is they're winning those first draws in the defensive zone and getting that puck down right away, which kills plenty of time off the clock.
Weirkosh dumped in deep. 10 seconds left in the Smith penalty. Quincy played one back to Lashoff. And it went off Weirkosh, but out to center. Smith now out of the box, so the expiration of the Detroit penalty. Ottawa 0 for 3 on the power play. Colin Greening, long shot, big rebound, cleared away. Quincy helped out his netminder. Another shot off the side of the goal from Weirkosh. Johan Franzen will grab it and skate at the center. He's got Alfredson with him. Dropped it to him. Alfredson slot. Quincy the shot. Didn't know where it was, did Leonard.
Very good save. Nice play by Franzen to delay just enough to let that 4-on-3 man advantage for the Red Wings develop.
Nice play by Kindle to Franzen. Right in, scores! Great shot left side. 1-0 Detroit. He loves this building, does Johan Franzen.
Great shot by Franzen. Equally good pass to set them up by Jakob Kindl. Good quick outlet pass to put the Red Wings on a 2-on-1. And Franzen doesn't make a mistake. A perfect shot over the glove of Leonard, who's maybe a little deep. But the speed of this entire play, the Red Wings going that Henrik Zetterberg going to the net as well, causes the goalie to take a step back farther than he may have liked. And the perfect shot by Franzen, who, Ken, you're right, does love this rink. 5 goals in his previous game here. Gives the Red Wings a 1-0 lead here in the second period.
That was back in 2011, and 2 of the 5 came against Robin Lehner, his countryman whom he just beat there. Franzen now on a 4-game point streak with 2 goals and 7 points now the past 4 games. 1-0 Detroit. Cleary gets pushed to the boards. Stays with it though as Borowiecki was all over him. Puck loose there, grabbed by Weiss. Spezza checking him. Weiss goes back for Smith. Borowiecki played one ahead, and here comes McCulloch. Nylander McCulloch cut back to the middle, and a save by Gustafsson. Spezza in front, cleared away by Kindle. Cleary for Samuelsson, joining is Kindle. But Samuelsson couldn't get him the puck and got knocked down at the line as Kindle's trapped the other way. Here's Spezza coming back. Off Zibanejad to the far side, and a shot went off a stick and high from Carlson.
Nice stick by Franzen to tip that great opportunity by Ottawa over the net.
And Gustafsson able to hold on to that as he got some help from Franzen in deep. So the Red Wings in a 1-0 lead, and you're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit Plus, presented by Bell Tire.
Time for our AT&T U-verse, the reverse, and it's that man who's given the Red Wings a 1-0 lead here in Ottawa. His last game here, February 2nd, 2011. Not 2, not 3, not even 4. A 5-goal performance by number 93, his last. A soft backhander for the magic number 5. King of the net. What a night for Johan Franzen.
Most goals a Detroit player scored on the road, being 5. We should mention on the goal he scored here tonight, Daniel Alfredsson picked up an assist along with Kindle. So Alfredsson on the scoreboard here tonight, helping Franzen get the goal. And Neal shoves Helm down to the ice. Corvo around for Chris Phillips, who had his first goal of the season Wednesday at Washington for Ottawa. Abdelkader stumbled to the ice as Zach Smith got it. For Corvo for Phillips. Gustafsson shooting one around that Chris Neal is there first for Smith. Into the slot, a save made off Turris by Jonas Gustafsson. Well set up by Ottawa.
Wow, does he look good in there right now. Came out, read that play perfect again, got his feet square and his body square to that shot before the arrival of the puck. But looks very, very confident in there. He's tracking the puck very, very well.
We'll return in a moment.
And welcome back to Ottawa. The Red Wings leading 1-0. Jakob Kindle letting his presence known for Turris. Little whack on the hand here. Being tough, being strong in front of the net. Caught a spot on the glove where there's not much padding. And that stings.
The Red Wings lucky to get away without their 4th minor penalty of this game off that slash.
That's up for certain. Kindle obviously getting away with one, but I like when guys play strong in front of the net like that. Mean, feisty, makes them think twice about going there.
Well, the Red Wings have had some good opportunity to score in this game, but they've had only 13 shots. And Ottawa normally allows a lot of shots in games. They're in the bottom 5 defensively in the National Hockey League. Zetterberg with a try. Franzen's got it in front. The Red Wings have clicked on one of their 13. Here comes Turris, bad hand and all, and a great back check there by Henrik Zetterberg. Franzen nudged one in behind the goal to Kronwall. Around it comes for Franzen. Kronwall jumped up, went over the stick of Gustav Nyquist. Carlson with his head up, but the pass went right onto the stick of Eriksson. Here comes Tatar. To Miller! Scores! Drew Miller from Thomas Tatar! And it's 2-0! On the birthday set up a nice one there, didn't he?
Once again, a nice stretch pass up the left side to Tatar. Quick headsy play.
And just like we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite.
And Drew Miller here getting the second goal for the Red Wings on a nifty little pass by Tatar. Across it. Leonard could not get across quick enough to make a save on that, but this all happened again because of a nice, quick headsy play by the defenseman. A stretch pass. Quick though, up the sideboards to Tatar. It bounced over his stick, but he sticks with it with a nice pass across him. The goal to put the Red Wings up by 2.
2 goals the past 3 games for Drew Miller, scored in the victory 6-1 over Boston. Spezza in a race, but a good play by Quincy for Brendan Smith. Alfredson, lead pass, here's Smith. He's getting in behind, he's hooked, he shoots. And a penalty upcoming as Smith went heavily into the boards. There's going to be a holding call to Ottawa, says Dan O'Rourke, who played some junior hockey for Mike Babcock back in the day.
And this penalty is very like the one that Brendan Smith took on an Ottawa Senator player earlier this period. He gets body vision, gets in behind the Ottawa Senator player who has no choice but to haul him down. Quick speed. There that hand comes off the stick and grabs Smith. An obvious call on the puck. Goes sailing by the net wide. And instead of the puck in the net, Brendan Smith finds himself in the net. But the Red Wings hopefully put the puck in the net here on their first power play of the game.
A power play that is 10 for 33 the past 9 games. 7th best in the National Hockey League. And until these 2 even strength goals, all their goals against Ottawa this season had been on the power play. In a 6-1 and 4-2 loss, all 3 goals had been with the man advantage. Seeing they haven't had a power play until now, good thing they got 2 at even strength.
It's been so good. The quick passing, shots on the net, but the number one reason, they've had net front presence all the time, causing screens and rebounds for every goalie they've played against of late, making it tough on them.
Ottawa will clear it down. Red Wings with a power play goal in 7 of their past 9 games. Nick Kronwall assisting on that Drew Miller goal along with Tatar, carries to center. Kronwall, the Red Wings' leading defense scorer, now with 20 points on the year. Brought back shorthanded, the Senators carry in. And will force Gustafsson to hold on. Did Eric Condra. Face off in the Red Wing zone. Here's a look at Eric Condra, who hails from Trenton, Michigan. Missed 6 games early in November due to injury. Played his collegiate hockey at the University of Notre Dame. And Derek Grant, who played with the Spartans, took that face-off. Grant's a big body, nearly 6'3". Kindle leads this Bell Tire power play, the first of the game. Detroit to center. Drop back for Tatar. Gets some help from Gustav Nyquist. Back to Kindle at the point. Over here to Samuelsson right side. Fakes the shot. Gives to Nyquist. Nyquist took a shot. Big rebound. Nyquist on it again. Samuelsson for Nyquist. He was pressured though from both sides. As Ottawa changes up the penalty killing unit with 20 seconds left in the Red Wing power play. Helm. MacArthur to the line. Dump back in off a Ottawa glove right to the netminder, Robin Leonard. Oh, don't miss the action when the Wings take on Philadelphia this coming Wednesday. The first 7,500 fans in attendance will receive a Pavel Datsyuk bobblehead, and we hope Pavel will be back for that game. For tickets, call 313-471-7575 now. Ticket executives are standing by. First 7,500 fans will leave with a Pavel Datsyuk bobblehead. And to think the Red Wings in this position tonight and have won without Pavel is remarkable in its own right, just how well they played, missing the key part.
And Danny DeKeyser as well. Right. Been out for a while and was playing very well, and great young defenseman for the Red Wings. And Red Wings have done a great job of filling in the voids of both those players.
Here's a break in for Spezza. Fakes the shot. Back in front. And the closest to it, able to knock it away with Eriksson.
What a great calm play by Eriksson.
Joe Corvo back here to Phillips. Long stretch pass to McCulloch. And way out to cut it off. Gustafsson. Puck's loose to score. Whistle didn't go. And bang it in. MacArthur.
Well, as a goaltender, you'd be upset at the referee for not blowing this down sooner, but it's actually a good call by the ref who notices the puck is loose around Gustafsson's pad. That allows the play to continue. And MacArthur coming in, picking up the garbage around and putting it into the open net. Through the legs of Drew Miller. Unlike his brother, Ryan Miller, didn't close his 5-hole quick enough.
8th goal of the year.
Going in.
MacArthur with goals in back-to-back games. And the past 5 games now, he's got 4 goals.
Red Wings discussing what happened on that goalheader. Zetterberg asked for an explanation from the referees, but the puck was loose on the left pad of Gustafsson. Ottawa did a good job to attack the net, jar that puck loose. And
so the Senators with some life here after being down 2-0. It's the 12th time this season Ottawa's trailed 2-0 in a game, and they've only won once when that's happened. And they're down 2-0 tonight, but narrow the gap to 1 now. Back of the goal was Nyquist. Franzen to Zetterberg. Nyquist will give chase now with Cowan, who let it go. Kendall able to punch it back in. Then had the puck come right back to him again with under 5 to go in period 2. Shots are 21-16 in favor of Ottawa. Icing against Detroit. Well, Jason Spezza's had a couple of goals against Detroit in the 6-1 win, so too did Clark MacArthur.
2 goals back in Detroit. The same area where he scored tonight's goal, right around the crease, picking up rebounds. Been a good player for Ottawa this season.
Nice pickup as a free agent.
And that's the loudest it's been in this rink since the video tribute to Alfredson really quieted down in here for quite a while. You could hear a pin drop, but now the fans are into it. They're within striking distance to 1 goal, and the Red Wings got to be sharp here the last 4 minutes and 52 seconds this period.
McCulloch and Phillips assisting at 14-14. Corbo with a point shot, didn't get through, rebound. Over top of the goal from Ryan. Bobby Ryan acquired for Jacob Silverberg in a deal in the summer. Burris banked it in. Kendall's there to get it. It went off a stick. Conacher followed up for Ottawa. Brian Lashoff. Ablocator. Backhands it in, up along with Alfredson. Alfredson's got that loose puck. Goes back to the line with it. Kronwall with a shot. And seeing it all the way was Leonard. So it's a 2-1 game now, late stages, period 2 on Fox Sports Detroit Plus.
Welcome back to Ottawa with the Red Wings leading 2-1. Henrik Zetterberg has been great all over the ice again tonight. 5'11", 197 pounds, but plays like a big man. He's very strong. Lower body strength, shields the puck, and here a great back check. What himself and Pavel Datsyuk are known for around the league, their great two-way play. Zetterberg not only leads in the room, but he leads by example on the ice, and he's doing it once again tonight.
That's poked by McCulloch. Out of play, so have another face-off. Zetterberg with 9 points the past 7 games. Sidney Crosby leading the scoring grade in the NHL with 36 points. Henrik Zetterberg with the 4th most, but technically 6th with 30 points. Red Wings with points in 12 of their past 15 games. 5 back of Boston for the lead in the Atlantic Division. Red Wings with 33 points can pull within 3 of the Bruins with a win here and a light schedule in the National Hockey League today. Boston will have a game in hand. Weirkosh to McCulloch. Chopped away by Quincy as he was backpedaling. Spezza went back to the line with it. As Ottawa has juggled their lines here with MacArthur up. A giveaway by Smith. Spezza fakes. He's ready. Great save! Oh, terrific stop there by Gustafsson. Back come the Red Wings. Anderson. Quincy fires. Oh, and just a shot to the stick, I think, off Leonard. Got a piece of that one. And then high and up and out of play. But at the other end, the other Swedish netminder with a big save, Jonas Gustafsson.
And these are the mistakes that Brendan Smith has been staying away from for the most part since returning from injury. But here, an ill-advised pass up the middle creates almost a 2-on-0, but Gustafsson doing a great job of staying with Spezza, who actually tried to pass that across to Malik, but a great job of Gustafsson staying with him, kicking out his right pad to not let that puck go back door to a streaking Ottawa Senator. Those are the plays that Brendan Smith has been staying away from. It's something that he's got to just put behind him and just continue to go out and play.
Back of the net for Weiss. And the net is off, so the Ottawa Senators have switched lines. Zibanejad and MacArthur have switched lines, and obviously Paul McLean and Mike Babcock know each other very well for the game within the game and trying to match up. Paul McLean in a bonus. Doesn't have to worry about Pavel Datsyuk, and there's the look-alike behind him. We should Paul McLean and Paul McClone. There he is. What do you think?
It's shocking. And it puts a smile on my face. It's priceless, isn't it? It's just...
You know, and it puts a smile on Paul's face, too. Ken Cal, the great radio voice of the Red Wings, and I were talking with Paul about that yesterday. He likes it. Paul... Erickson shot it to the corner. Cronwall played it. Ryan, that sailed off a stick and out of play.
That's kind of like yourself, Kenny, and Tortorella, coach of the Vancouver Canucks.
Sort of. He's just a touch meaner.
What do you think? Meaner than you?
Meaner, just a touch.
Yeah. What clone is closer?
That one. This one, Paul McLean and Paul McClone. Oh, there's no...
Maybe when Vancouver comes to town, we can have a comparison here.
Well, he thinks he's the better-looking brother, according to Tortorella. But that's how he described us. But shot blocked off a skate, and Franzen came back to take it away from Cowan. Onside is Nyquist. He gets held by Carlson. Helping is Zetterberg. Backdoor try. Oh, Leonard held the post near side, kept it out.
That was close to catching the Ottawa goaltender off guard. Almost slid that underneath his glove into the net. Many advantages to being a 6'5 goalie, but this isn't one of them. Trying to find him. Takes a while to get that big glove down. Up high, but Zetterberg, a quick move behind the net there. A quick tuck play on those new nets that enabled him to get there possibly a little faster than he would have last year with the bigger nets. Leonard making the save, but not making it look easy. It was closer than it appeared.
Well, Red Wing defense must have moved into that scrum below the face-off dot, so they brought the face-off outside. Played ahead for Neal. If he touches, it's offside. He does not. Henrik Zetterberg. Turned back by Greening. Kindle just got out of traffic. Zetterberg off his skate, bounced back for Smith. Zach Smith for Ottawa. On a bouncer in, Lashoff takes Smith to the boards. Zetterberg trying to fend off the strength of Greening. It came right in front. Smith back to the line to Carlson. On the backhand, gave it away. Oh, Franzen narrowly got through. And the shot on Gustafsson will hold on.
That might have sent Franzen on a breakaway the other direction. Puck just skipping underneath his stick, and shot by Spezza once again. Gustafson, no rebound. The Red Wings got to be careful here. They're being careless with the puck here in the last 5 minutes. There's bounces off the stick and a nice save by Gustafson through a crowd, allowing no rebound, but far too many turnovers here in the last 5 minutes. They got to be sharper in the last, now, 2 minutes left the second.
Brendan Smith had the puck go past. McCulloch takes it to the line to Phillips. Now to Spezza. Gave it away to Alfredsson. Helm skates in. Squeezed to the boards by Corbo. And then Abdelkader jammed McCulloch to the boards. Spezza with a play to MacArthur. Joined by Phillips. MacArthur across center and in. Spezza with Alfredsson again. Alfredsson hits him. McCulloch, good job on Quincy, allowing Corbo here to have it at the point over to Phillips. Shot went off the stick of Abdelkader. Brendan Smith. In back of the net, MacArthur for Phillips. Again, Abdelkader's on the Ottawa defenseman. Came right in front. Gustafson, that was a strange one. Quincy with a pass to Alfredsson. He's got some room here on the right side. Not able to shoot it, though. Alfredsson turns inside the line. Now you're hearing some boo birds.
Maybe now they've officially realized that he's a Red Wing.
That's right. And Ottawa trailing in the game. Now the pressure's on.
Maybe they still couldn't believe it there in the ceremony.
Here's Tatar with a backhander. Miller back for Tatar, who set up Miller for a goal. Tatar in back of the net. Weaving, bobbling. Back there again. Another move in front. Oh, Miller tied up. Poked it to the line. Tatar with a shot. That got blocked. McCulloch got in front of that. Tatar shoved Turris to the ice. And Corbo just clears it away.
Great shift by the birthday boy. Dangling behind the net. Making it look like it was his office. Having a few opportunities out front. The Red Wings just couldn't get a stick on those loose pucks.
All the way back ahead for Zibanejad. For Turris with 10 seconds to go in the period. Ryan's right in. And coming out to stuff him was Gustafson.
Nice aggressive play by Gustafson to take away that opportunity.
Here's Turris with another shot, and Gustafson's got that. Boy, he was busy in the final 20 seconds, standing tall. 2-1 Detroit after 40 minutes of play.
Last two big saves by Gustafson. Out of the blue, big aggressive style, taking away any angle that Ryan might hope to have. And here with seconds ticking off the clock, he's been so good at that all night, not giving away the rebounds and second opportunities for Ottawa. Preserving the 2-1 lead. And here's for the Red Wings.
What's coming up in our MGM Grand Detroit second intermission. We'll have that for you when we come back to Ottawa, where the Red Wings in a lead. Johan Franzen lights it up. And Drew Miller on a nice feed from Thomas Tatar. 2-1 Detroit after 40. Welcome back to the Canadian Tire Center, where Daniel Alfredsson, prominent off the ice for 17 seasons, and on it tonight with an assist in his return. And only in the second period was there a smattering of boos that were quite noticeable. So things are back to normal now. It's become a hockey game with his return out of the way. Nick Cronwall's got an assist tonight. He's got 20 points on the season, along with Daniel Alfredsson, all part of our local Toyota dealers scouting report on number 55, fifth among NHL defensemen with 20 points, and a 6-game point streak now with 8 points in that time. Jonas Gustafsson's been good, stopping 23 of the 24 shots he has faced. His countryman Robin Lehner at the other end, who seems to be the go-to guy now in Ottawa, with Craig Anderson not playing nearly as well as he was a season ago. The save percentage down some from 950 to 894 now for Anderson, who was thought to be, along with Howard, one of the prominent netminders for the U.S. Olympic team. So third period is underway. All the goals in this game have come at even strength. Franzen and Miller for Detroit. MacArthur for Ottawa. Zetterberg. Carlson took him wide. They'll be Olympic teammates in Sochi. Franzen Oh, nearly sneaked one in on the short side on Leonard, and it just rolled up the arm and stayed out. Fired deep by Turris, wrapped around by Eriksson for Kronwall. Played it off his skate, ahead here for Alfredsson, on to Darren Helm. Cutting up through the middle with that great speed, but coming back Corvo to take it away as Ottawa will send it down ice. Back to retrieve it goes Lashoff. A bouncing puck at center as Corvo played it rink wide. Alfredsson got in front of Neal. Held in here by Phillips at the left point. His lane to Corvo taken away by Abdelkader. Ottawa's got it in deep down low out front by Greening. Phillips moved in from his defense position. Kindle got a hold of Phillips. The two number 4s battle. Gustafsson cut it off. Puck is still loose in back of the net. Here's Corvo with a shot. Sights are way off on that. Phillips wrapped it back in here to Neal. Off the stick of Alfredsson. Neal at the left point with a shot. Hit a body in front, then hit the referee Kazari. Laid there for Neal, back in front. Helm's got it for Detroit. Helm up the right wing. As the Red Wings are changing, it's 1-on-3 now. Looks for help. He's got lots of it. Smith back in front. Scores! What a great passing play. Drew Miller, what a play that one was. And the Red Wings lead it 3-1.
This is created by great patience by Darren Helm after a long shift in his own end, showing that he's got his wind back. A great delay play, knowing his teammates had went off for a line change and waited, turns up, great patience, hits Smith. Miller does what he's supposed to do, goes to the net and deposits his second goal of the game to put the Red Wings up 3-1.
A great passing play for sure between the Red Wings there for Drew Miller. Could that be the one tonight on Fox Sports Live? What a great play that was.
Darren Helm continues to impress with his vision and his newfound playmaking ability.
Smith getting it ahead over the stick at Tatar, so the Red Wings, who had a 2-0 lead, up by 2 again. Drew Miller with a pair. Tatar gets checked by Zibanejad. Brendan Smith got it out to center. Smith had 2 assists Friday on the island. Picks up a helper on the Miller goal and a nice play. Tatar lost his helmet. At center, Kronwall stood up, carrying on his Wirkosh, who shoots it in. Wirkosh got a recent 3-year extension. Conacher in back of the goal. Here it comes for Carlson. And the pass was too hot to handle from Jared Cowan. Samuelson will play one back into his own zone. Here's Kronwall on the left wing. The hard around in. Picked up by Carlson. Backhands one to his defense partner, Cowan. Mark Method is a scratch tonight for Ottawa on their blue line. Carlson with a shot. Picks up the rebound off the backboards and then fired it wide. A race for the puck, but Ottawa's Phillips will get there first.
The Red Wings really have to be aware of where Carlson is the rest of this game. Down 2, he's going to be jumping in on every opportunity.
Back first was Kronwall to move it to Kindle. Bobby Ryan stepped up to intercept. Ryan to the goal, and the shot just slithered wide on the far post. Clark MacArthur. Stretch pass out. Corvo shot stopped off the big pads. And then ricochets back down the ice. Joe Corvo's been pretty prominent for Ottawa this evening. Gets the return pass from Phillips. And in the intercept, Alfredsson in there to steal. Puck bounced on him. Alfredsson turning in the corner. Looks for someone open to the line here to Kronwall. Across here to Eriksson. Eriksson with a shot. Hit a body of Corvo in front. And MacArthur will chop one to the far corner, and over to pick it up goes Chris Phillips. Didn't take long for Phillips to shave his mustache with the calendar now into December. And a nice gesture by the players in the month of November. Here's Alfredson. Taken to the boards by Turris. Cowan checks Abdelkader. Turris for Greening. Pass is a good one for Carlson, knocked away by Darren Helm. Helm over his stick, then over Carlson's stick. Leonard for Smith. Anderson had moved up. What a night Anderson's having on the faceoffs through 2 periods, 83%. He's 110, just lost 2 draws tonight for Joachim Anderson. It's a process for young players to learn at this level.
He's been working very hard on it. After practice, he'll take draws at center to get better and better.
And what a role his former team is on, Chris. Grand Rapids, where you had so much to do with the last few seasons, won 13 of their past 15 and have won 5 straight games. Beat Texas 5-1. Patrick Eves with a couple of goals, aren't they?
Playing very, very well for Grand Rapids. And mentioning Grand Rapids quickly here, Anderson worked diligently on his face-offs, knowing that would be an opportunity for him to get into the NHL.
Here's Samuelson. Nobody could get a stick on that. Moving in with Smith. Samuelson breaks free. Put it back to Quincy. Held it in Ottawa territory, but now the Senators, McCulloch to center.
Just have to get those pucks deep.
McCulloch. Back to Spezza. Rolled off his stick. Didn't have time to shoot it as Franzen. Across center. Zetterberg goes where the puck is heading. He's got it now. Back in front to Franzen and just over top. Couldn't pick it up. Kronwall to Nyquist. Getting a jump on the left wing. In along with Cowan. Skating it out of trouble is Carlson. But checked at center. Regained control of it.
Good play by Zetterberg to angle him off and take away his speed coming to the neutral zone.
He's got plenty of that. That shot goes high over top of the goal. Puck in there for Franzen. Good lift to the stick to take it. Ahead to Zetterberg. And into the Ottawa zone.
You see the confidence of the Red Wings, patient, coming out of their own zone, using each other, supporting the puck, making the right play far more than they were earlier in the season.
Brendan Smith with it. For Alfredson. Up with Abdelkader and Helm. Look at Smith going to the goal. He's got it now. Pass across. Oh, nearly a replay. As Abdelkader couldn't finish what Drew Miller did, although it was a little tougher to handle than being covered.
I think Phillips might have made that save there with his stick, lunging across the net.
Here comes Corval. Smith getting back. Great defensive play by Brendan Smith.
What I like most about Brendan Smith right now, after that giveaway, late in the second period, has been very good. Has forgotten about it and continues to play solid hockey since his return.
There's Corval looking more like a forward than MacArthur. That went over top of the net.
Dangerous shot, just catching the elbow of Gustafsson.
Good play into the middle. Then knocked off the stick of Ryan. Penalty coming to Detroit. Red Wings in a 2-goal lead, but are going to be shorthanded for the 4th time in this game when we come back.
Welcome back to chilly Ottawa. The Red Wings are hot with a 3-1 lead here in the 3rd period. This is a 3rd goal. 2nd for Drew Miller. Helm makes a great play. Waiting. Here comes the reinforcements. The rest of his line is on a line change. He knows this. Uses his speed to come down the boards. Knows if he just delays a little bit, delays up. Sees his reinforcements, his teammates, Miller and Smith, coming. Coming late, shoots the puck across. Nice pass to Smith, who comes in and makes a great pass to Miller into the gaping cage for a second of the night and put the Wings up 3-1. Great, smart play by Darren Helm.
That's tonight's high-speed shot, brought to you by Charter Internet. As Ottawa is now on a power play. Intercepted by Anderson. Good positioning on Phillips. So the Senators 0 for 3 on the power play tonight. And down the ice by Jonathan Ericsson. Red Wings with just the one power play try tonight. All the goals in this game at even strength. Helmet, another great chance in the first period, shorthanded. Like he did on the island. And he scored on it. Helm out there now. He did get the second assist on Drew Miller's second goal of the game. Miller from Smith and Helm at 1:58 of this third period to restore the two-goal margin. Spezza with a try. Coming out on that was Gustafsson, and Lashoff will get it down as the Red Wings can change up their penalty-killing unit.
Continue to thrive on the penalty kill. Getting pucks out, jumping on the Ottawa centers quick, not allowing them any time or space to make quick decisions with the puck.
Brought in by MacArthur. Back in front on a bouncing puck though. Ryan for MacArthur.
Nice stick by Anderson to tip that pass away.
And the two wins, Ottawa had outscored Detroit 10-3. And again, all Red Wing goals came on the power play, and Ottawa has scored 3 power play goals themselves against Detroit in the season series. This is the third meeting, but the Red Wings up 3-1 in this one. Loose puck for Ryan. Checked by Eriksson. Kronwall got position on Turris. Made the play to Abdelkader and just Helm couldn't pick it up, but he'll send it down the ice. And the penalty to Smith has expired.
They're jumping on pucks very quickly on the penalty kill and getting them down on their first opportunity, which is key.
The Red Wings 4 for 4 in the penalty kill tonight and 40 for 44. Their past 11 games. At center for Nyquist, trying to get through. He couldn't. Jared Cowan in his own zone. And that'll be icing as he failed to negotiate contact with this Ottawa teammate. Face-off will come back down and see living legends back on the ice in the Maple Leafs Red Wings Alumni Showdown, December 31st at Comerica Park. 2 games, 1 unforgettable memory. Part of the 2013 Hockeytown Winter Festival. Go to DetroitRedWings.com/HWF now for tickets. Have you been preparing for this, by the way?
We're supposed to practice tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. at the Joe Louis Arena, but I've been on a road trip. I'm not so sure I'm going to make that one. And there's another one Wednesday. So yeah, Chris Draper's starting the training camp starting tomorrow.
Well, good. Then I'll give you a wake-up call. You'll be there. Nyquist back of the net.
Well,
you can make it tomorrow.
In all likelihood, I probably will be down there practicing.
In all likelihood, I probably. Here's Zetterberg back of the net. Smith's wide open. Couldn't get him the puck. Circling back for Franzen. And safe play in deep there for Nyquist. Checked by Smith. Given to Corbo. This will go to Gustafsson. Smith moved it quickly to Weiss. In the midst of a change, Weiss getting through and got it into the Ottawa end. Phillips with a good pass, but Zibanejad couldn't handle it cleanly. There's McCollum. Failed to click with Spezza. They've really been looking for someone on that other side to go with Spezza. Zibanejad had played a lot of center, and now he's in the wing. And if there's somewhere in the trade department, Ottawa may be looking for someone to go with Jason Spezza. This is not a cap team, the Senators. They are a budget team. $14 million under the cap.
Coming off the last 2 seasons where they're in the playoffs and having good years. The fans here are probably hoping for more. A better start than a 10 and 12.
And really, they have to be somewhat of a cap team because as an entity, the federal government, which is the biggest employer here, can't buy tickets, nor can accept tickets. So that takes away a lot of your corporate base here to purchase seats, and it's a tough goal.
That's a ton of revenue that's not available for them.
Sure. So it knocks out a lot of the corporate side. So they get zero revenue, really, from the largest employer in the city, the federal government. Cleary will fire in. Alfredson is beaten to it by Clark MacArthur. Senators have been averaging 17,500 in a building that holds just over 19. Complete sellout today. Here's Ryan. No penalty. He was dumb. Fans wanted one, as you can tell. 4 Red Wings are up, led by Alfredson. On to Smith. Trailing in behind his Helm. Smith to Abdelkader. Back into the slot. Shot knocked down off the Helm attempt. And still grumbling. This will be icing against Ottawa.
Great passing by the Red Wings again on that latest chance. Brendan Smith jumping up into the play. Has been effective here in the third period, making a nice pass across. The Red Wings weren't able to put it in as the Ottawa Senators were diving all around their net. Brendan Smith jumps up again, makes a nice pass across to Abdelkader, goes across to Helm, who just can't get a handle on it. Phillips dives down to block that opportunity.
And they'll do that all over again on another icing.
The Ottawa Senators, like Paul McLean has said, have been struggling. Came into today, rumblings, not only about Alfredson, but saying this was the biggest game of the season for Ottawa. And so far, they haven't stepped up.
Conversely, Mike Babcock was saying we couldn't have played worse than we did the other 2 games. It's about time we played well, and they've done that here tonight against the Senators. And Ottawa had won the previous 2 games, turnabout fair play, so now icing against Detroit. And while Chris Osgood may or may not practice tomorrow in preparation for the big alumni showdown New Year's Eve day, the Red Wings will be off, and they'll have a couple of days before meeting the Philadelphia Flyers at home on Wednesday before traveling to New Jersey Friday and then back home against Florida on Saturday, December the 7th. Jimmy Howard will be back in goal, I'd assume, against Philadelphia.
The Flyers team that has gotten back to 500 after a horrendous start and is playing very well right now and getting good goaltending from the former Columbus Blue Jacket, Mason.
Yeah, very good. Loose in front of the goal. Gustafson gets a mid on it. So with 6:07 to play in the third period, Red Wings up by 2 on Fox Sports Detroit Plus.
Brendan Smith made an ill-advised pass late in the second. Gustafson bailing him out. Has been very good in the third period, and this is a good sign. Jumps up in the play, nice pass across to Miller. The open net goal, jumps in again. Another great opportunity by Abdelkader. Jumps in again with a nifty pass across. Abdelkader with a chance on net. And great defensive play by Smith here. What's most impressive for me is after the mistake, he has forgotten about it, moved on, and has played well.
Point shot, Cowan hit a body. As McCulloch is out with Turris and Ryan for Ottawa. Cronwall went off after that shot from the point. So Quincy takes his spot with Jonathan Ericsson, who's got it at center.
Good smart play by the Red Wings to get that deep. Get some new troops out there on the ice that are fresh here. With just over 5 minutes remaining in the game, a 3-1 lead. Getting the puck deep is never a bad play.
Turris couldn't get through at center as he takes Abdelkader to the boards. Carlson over for Ryan. Smith got in the way. Ottawa in the midst of a change as Phillips came over the board, put it back to center ice. Quincy shoots it in as the Red Wings then will tag up. 5 to go in the third period. Shots 27-22 Ottawa. More importantly, Red Wings lead by a pair. Stetson in. Good takeaway by Miller, who's got 2 goals for Detroit. Here comes Tatar, who set him up for one of them. Along with Anderson. Tatar lost it off his stick. Stays with it, though. Anderson lets it go deep. Chris Phillips for Ottawa. Derek Carlson. Turned back by Tatar. Good pass by Carlson to Phillips. To the Detroit zone and just offside they are, as MacArthur jumped in ahead of the play. We'll step out for a moment with 4 1/4 to go in the third.
And welcome back. Let's take a look at Big Boy's big play of the game. And it is Daniel Alfredson's return to a city and a team who we played for 17 seasons. Emotional night for Daniel Alfredsson coming back. So many great memories in Ottawa. A very respected player, not only by his teammates, but the entire city, the capital of Canada, Ottawa. And so far, so good for Alfredsson tonight. He has an assist and has played very well, like he has all season long for Detroit.
Yeah, the 6-1 loss didn't go well for him and didn't play in the 4-2 setback. But tonight, a different story. And as he said yesterday, as this will be icing, he's been feeling healthy. The groin injuries are behind him. He's 100%. And when asked about next season, he said, who knows, if I fit in with the Red Wing organization and I'm healthy, he could play another year, and he'll turn 41 years old. Birthday coming up just around the corner on December 11th for number 11.
And the key thing for him is he still has pace to his game. He can skate. He keeps up very nicely and is a smart hockey player.
And a right-hand shot presence is huge for Detroit, especially on the power play. The Red Wings, by the way, have 2 shorthanded shots tonight and just 1 on their 1 power play. Ottawa's only had 4 shots on 4 power plays. The Red Wings have done, again, their penalty killing has been superb. The intercept there. Clark MacArthur, who's got the Senators goal, made the pass. Look for the return feed. He's got it. Skate to stick and in. MacArthur turning just inside the line. Leading Spezza-Witt. Well, again, Ottawa's been juggling up the lines here. And a shot in by Patrick Wierkosh, former All-American at the University of Denver. Was stopped by Jonas Gustafsson.
Daniel Alfredsson, who has scored plenty of goals, but here's his 400th of his career. That right-handed shot, like Ken talked about, he's got a heavy, hard shot. And the Ottawa Senators, many celebrations like that here for him.
And since then, 432 more since then. In this game, 1,201 of his soon-to-be Hall of Fame career. Helms got it. Lifts at the center. And a bouncer for Phillips. Neal with a pass that went off the stick of Conacher. Hendo wrapped at it. Abdelkader blocked the try by Smith. Now Neal poked away from him. Up the middle, Helm in a tough spot. Couldn't get it out. Blocker to side and pushed away by the goaltender Gustafsson, right where he wanted it to go. Alfredsson for Helm. Now to Abdelkader with a shot, just missing on the short side. Chris Neal for the Senators. Dropped it back. Backhanded in by Smith. But out of play, as a Red Wing fan's got a souvenir. With 2:49 to go in the third period.
Not much luck for the Senators or their fans tonight, as I believe that puck hit one of the Ottawa Center fans in the head and bounced to a Red Wing fan.
Good job. Knocked down by Miller. Ottawa to straddle the line to stay onside. They never did get the puck in. Now they will. Went through McCulloch's skates. Miller with 2 goals out there with Tatar and Anderson. Miller's got it in his skates. Anderson tries to poke it free. Now Tatar played one.
Good job of winning that puck battle again. Red Wings have been coming out on the positive side of a lot of those battles tonight.
That goes off the stick out of play. And into the seats. And as soon as our game ends, we'll have Red Wings Live for you. We're here from Mike Babcock and the players to break it all down. Trevor Thompson, along with yours truly, Ken Daniels and Chris Osgood. Red Wings Live immediately after the game here on Fox Sports Detroit Plus. Mike Babcock's team is 2 minutes away from improving to 9-3-1 on the road and a 4th straight win. And the 5th win in their past 6. The only loss in that time was to these Senators, 4-2 at the Joe.
And all that success, one of the reasons, a big reason, the special teams have been very, very good.
Shot was blocked, net empty. Off that face-off for Ottawa. They pulled Robin Leonard. as Carlson backs up in front of the vacant cage. Carlson to center. Brendan Smith on the fence with Quincy. Franzen with Nyquist and Zetterberg. Spezza in front.
Mike Babcock showing some confidence in the Quincy Smith defensive pairing.
Loose in front of the goal, score! Zibanejad. As Brendan Smith is hurt.
A puck that found its way through. Bouncing off bodies and sticks. Eventually landing on Zibanejad's stick here in the open net. The shot through. Ricochets off the glove of Franzen. Then off the glove of Zetterberg. And right to the Ottawa player. And a gaping cage. Nothing Gustafsson can do on that. There's no puck left whatsoever for the Red Wings in that goal to pull the Ottawa Senators within one.
So it's a one-goal game now, 3-2 with just over a minute to play. Back in goal is Leonard. A race for the puck. Oh, big save by Gustafsson on Turris. Leonard's gone to the bench, so net empty again. Alfredsson, empty net, scores! Daniel Alfredsson seals the deal in Ottawa. It's 4-2.
And it looked like at 3-2, a great save by Gustafsson. Not exactly where the Red Wings wanted to end it at that point, but an empty net goal.
Just like Daniel Alfredsson when the crowd was loud to quieten down.
It was like they planned it. They made it 3-2 off a goal with no puck luck. But here, Turris gets behind the Red Wing defense. A dangerous backhander and a great save by Gustafsson, who stays strong, stays big and tall. Abdelkader does a great job to get that puck out of the blue line, wins another puck battle, and Alfredsson isn't going to miss that to give the Red Wings a 2-goal lead.
Well, he scored some goals just like that in the other uniform in this building. 4-2, Leonard back in goal for the moment. He is edging out as Ottawa's got it in Detroit territory, down by 2. Now Leonard's gone to the bench, empty net again. So Franzen carries to center. And across center, he looks to the empty net that was blocked by Turris. Phillips has it. 35 seconds to go in the third. The booze for Alfredsson, who's made it 4-2. He's got a goal and an assist here in his return to Ottawa. Spezza in the zone. Off a leg to the far corner, MacArthur. The long reach of Eriksson. In on Gustafsson. He'll hold on with 14 seconds left.
A great night for Alfredsson coming back to Ottawa. Probably a game that he'll be happy is over, but he certainly is enjoying it while it's on, and playing's always the easiest part. It's everything that happens before the game, and probably anxious to get the game rolling and happy when it's over, but an empty net goal worked out perfect to put the Red Wings up 2.
Off the draw, it'll come back to center. Alfredsson's goal went down as unassisted at 18:57. Abdelkader may yet get help on that. Here come the Senators again, but the game is over. The Detroit Red Wings, for the first time in 3, defeat Ottawa, and they've won their 4th straight game, and Daniel Alfredsson with a goal and an assist. And how about Jonas Gustafsson, who improves to 7-0-1, and a puck for Alfredsson for this game. And his return to Ottawa, and you knew the Red Wings would dig deep here, and in fact, they sure did. To win it, and Daniel Alfredsson's got a souvenir for the game puck as this one ended. And Jonas Gustafsson, what a mark. He's not lost in regulation this season.
Now, having 4 boys, which boy gets the puck? You know, they're all in attendance tonight back in an arena where they watched their father play many great games, and tonight was no different. He was very good again tonight for the Red Wings with a goal and an assist.
Well, Detroit only had 3 shots in the third period, and they scored 2 goals. They scored 4 in all, as the Senators have lost 4 consecutive home games and have allowed 4 in each one. Detroit wins by 2. Our coverage continues with Red Wings Live after we take this timeout.